as you're like kind of like looking her up and down and like you start making your way over there, you notice that and you kind of like piece together like people have not really been dancing around this person the whole night. She is a goblin. She's got like, you know, the red hair, a little bit of braid going on. And you just notice that like everybody's kind of partying, but as she kind of like moves in wherever she's been going, like people just kind of like slowly end up moving away from her, and she ends up like dancing by herself.
What's her appearance like? I'm assuming since I got a nice 19, I can get a nice juicy description of her.
Yeah.
What might she be carrying with her, like equipment wise, or is there like flies flying around her or something? Like what's going on?
Yeah, so she so you on her face and on her like arms and her hands, you notice there's a lot of like cuts. There's a lot of wounds, a lot of bruises.
So she's not a barcode goblin.
A what?
Nothing.
Okay.
Never mind.
She you also notice that she has a hook for a hand. It kind of like hangs inside of her sleeve, like she makes it look like she's just doesn't have a second hand, but she
left or right.
It is her right hand that is hooked.
Brutal.
And she's also got a pretty gnarly looking light hammer that's kind of hanging from her side, that the handle of it seems to be wrapped in like a fish spine and rib cage. That's
badass. And she's a goblin.
No, she's a dwarf. I think I hoped I said dwarf, but I might have said goblin.
You 100% said goblin, and I was like, "Hey, yo, let's get this party started."
She's a dwarf. She's a dwarf.
She's a dwarf. All right. Yeah, I still want to approach her. Just like okay. You know, do like trying to match the beat of the Eurotech.
Okay, give me a charisma check, buddy.
Oh baby, I've been waiting for that my whole life. I never had to get a roll a charisma check, and I played how many bards?
Yeah, I know. Okay. So you make your way up, and she like at first she like you can see she like scowls, like just the fact that you're in her presence, she just like scowls at you, and then you kind of like put on the moves a little bit, and she just kind of like she basically like just lets you in her space, and her face softens a little bit, but she's still, you know, slowly like grooving.
Is that your hammer, or are you just happy to see me? I'll like wink at her and just keep dancing with the groove.
Well, that depends. How much can you entertain me?
Oh, I can entertain you as long as you want. And I'll like do like the double eyebrow raise.
Well, let's see. And she takes off the bow from her back, and she kind of like gently like lowers it, like putting your head in the center of the bow and the string.
Okay.
You just let it happen?
Oh yeah.
She goes, hey Punky, give me a little bit of a faster beat. And the deck wizard just kind of like a little bit groggy still, she goes, okay, and she like throws up another beat and just starts like really hammering quickly, and she just starts bouncing you around in her bow, and then puts you like over her back so your like chin is on the string, and she just starts like bouncing you up and down over her back, and then she just slams you to the deck. Assuming you don't fight that, you're gonna take a little bit.
Can she at least roll the hit on that one?
No, she has you in.
Okay, I know.
You're gonna take 2 bludgeoning damage as she slams you to the floor, and like you see the rest of the crew, they're just like, oh. And she just, maybe it's not a hammer. Maybe I am happy to see you. Get up.
And I'll immediately get up and just like keep dancing, like really get into the groove of the music and just start pumping my hands up, like do like the pump up the hands, because I'm assuming since she's a dwarf, she's roughly my size.
She's a little bit bigger.
Okay, well, I'll like do like the reach up and like start like pump my arms on like either side of her and like, you know, like on the side of her head. Just
Yeah. And she goes with it too. She just like starts going like crisscross with you. And then she winds up and punches you in the stomach as opposed to actually dancing, and you take another 2 bludgeoning.
oh, this is so real. Like this feels so real and true to life to my experiences.
You know exactly what to do in these situations.
When's this CBT start?
So she just hits you in the stomach, and she kind of like crouches down and like just keeps like dancing in your face. Oh, are you still into it?
Lucky for you, I like it rough, and I'll wind up to punch her in the stomach.
And the rest of the crew, like as you like wind up, the rest of the crew just like
No.
You still do it?
Yeah, I mean, if she's fucking hitting me and pounding me, I'm gonna, you know, I'm assuming it's a way of her flirting. So,
Okay. Okay. So you.
if you make
hit
me
her.
roll to hit, I'm gonna be upset.
No, you hit
Okay,
her.
gotcha.
She just takes it. You're gonna do your 1 bludgeoning damage as you like punch her. Where are you hitting her? In the stomach or in the face?
Question: I have -1 strength. Am I actually doing?
It's a minimum 1. It's a minimum. 1.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just roughly like in the same spot she hit me. Because I'm assuming she didn't hit me in the kidney.
No.
Actually, yeah. I won't go for a kidney shot. No, I'll just right center.
She takes it and looks up at you. The rest of the crew are just like, the party is just like ceased.
Oh,
even
shit.
the wizard is like not putting out any music anymore. And the dwarf lady just kind of like looks around at the crew. Oh, why is the party stopping? And she just like grabs you by the throat and pushes you back up against the railing. And like kind of holds your throat and like leans you back over the railing. How did it feel?
Felt great.
Felt great? To hit me?
I assumed it was your way of flirting, and I was just trying to flirt back. I've never really encountered a dwarf like you before. This is the first for me.
She like kind of picks you up by your throat.
Oh god. I'm really living out my fantasies in D&D.
So at this point, I'll say, by the way, the whoever was coming upstairs comes upstairs. So
Me.
you see Grix being held by the throat. She like gets close to your face. She goes, maybe it was, but you're a weakling. And she just throws you into the other goblin.
Yeah.
And he just like kind of catches you, and you kind of both stumble back a little bit. Ah, Captain, I think party's over for me. I'm gonna head downstairs if you don't mind.
Be my guest.
Couldn't handle the Grix.
You say that? You say that?
No, I don't think I should. As much as I want to, I don't think I should. Actually, I'll say it in Goblin. There you
So the other goblin like looks around and like just holds your mouth shut. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Hey, we're all a little drunk. What's the big deal? Sorry.
Dead.
We're all a little drunk with me. What's the big deal?
You're dead tomorrow. She's gonna kill you. She's gonna fucking kill you.
No, she won't. What you saw there? Flirt tactics. She wanted me.
I don't think she did. I think she wanted your head splattered on a fucking cutting board.
Did you see how tight her grip was? I could tell.
You're fucked. And he just like lets you go.
We are goblins after all, am I right, brother?
Yeah, I guess so.